This week's cold case is on Vitale Young, who went missing July 4th, 1956. July 4th is a time for celebration, fireworks, and cookouts, and it was no different in 1956. Dwight Eisenhower was our 34th president. The soap opera As the World Turns debuted in 1956. It was the first television daytime drama with a 30-minute running time. The popular game show The Price is Right debuted in 1956 with the host Bill Cullen. Elvis Presley had the #1 song, Heartbreak Hotel. As a matter of fact, if you Google July 4th, 1956, your search results will be Elvis Presley performing at Rustwood Park in Memphis, Tennessee. But what you won't find in immediate results is anything about the disappearance of 15-month-old Vitale Young. As a matter of fact, you won't find much about her at all. Vitale Young was only 15 months old on July 4th, 1956. She stood between 2 foot and 2'6" and weighed 20 pounds and had blonde hair. Vitale lived in Mountain View, Idaho with her family. But on July 4th, 1956, they had traveled to Vitale, Utah to spend the day at her grandfather's ranch, Newell Steed, for a family picnic to celebrate July 4th. Vitale had been watching one of her relatives make ice cream near one of the farm outbuildings when she wandered away. A cousin ran and told some of the family that she had gone up the hill and won't come back. Within 10 minutes of Vitale walking off, a search began, and they immediately found her teddy bear where she was last seen. There were fields of very tall alfalfa in the surrounding region and large mountains beyond them. There was also a large canal just outside the property. There was essentially no traffic in this area and very few residents in the surrounding 20-mile radius. But once the local law enforcement got involved, several hundred searchers started to search the local hills. They even drained the canal that ran through the area in fear that she had maybe fallen in. Bloodhounds specially trained to search for lost people were flown in. Both bloodhounds tracked the girl for 500 yards, from the ranch to a rural road, and then stopped. The bloodhounds repeated this on 5 different occasions and each time had the same results. Authorities stated that maybe it was possible that Vitale was abducted, but that was a small possibility. Law enforcement decided that all of the alfalfa fields needed to be cut to ensure that the girl wasn't lost in one. The fields had been covered from the air by multiple aircraft searching for the girl. Once the fields were cut, nothing was found, and one of the last efforts made in the search included an Air Force helicopter from the Air Force Base in Nevada. The helicopter worked in a series of low flyovers, covering almost every inch of ground in a 3-mile radius on the ranch. The sheriff put an article in the newspaper saying after 10 days he was ending the search for a 2-year-old Idaho girl who disappeared from a family picnic on a remote southern Utah ranch. He says, "We feel that the child is not in the area, and after 10 intensive days of searching with hundreds of searchers on foot, horseback, and in the air, they found no evidence of what exactly happened to Vitale." On August 2nd, 1956, Vitale's parents wrote an article in the paper thanking law enforcement for their tireless efforts. Vitale's parents says, "We share the belief of many of the officers that she was picked up that day, minutes after she left her playmates and was carried away in a car. We do not know who took her or why, and we leave judgment of this to God. But we pray that she is well and is being kindly treated, and above all, we just want her back." There's really only a few theories that could have happened, and we'll go over those now. Some believe that Vitale was taken by an animal once she reached the woods, while some, including her family, believe that maybe she was kidnapped. Even a physician that commented on the matter said the girl at 15 months old would not have been able to make that distance on her own. It was even rumored perhaps a family member did something, and it was covered up by the family. What's truly sad is nothing else is really mentioned. No news reports of the family continuing to search or ask for help, as we often see. Vitale was part of a huge Mormon family. Her grandfather, Newell Steed, according to his obituary, had 7 wives, 56 children, 340 grandchildren, and 70 great-grandchildren. And after 1959, there's not much mention of Vitale of her disappearance from authorities or her large family. Vitale would be around 67 or 68 years old today. And again, Vitale Young disappeared July 4th, 1956. She was 15 months old. She stood between 2 foot and 2'6" and weighed 20 pounds. She had blonde hair. If anyone has any information on Vitale's whereabouts, please call the Garfield County Sheriff's Office at 435-676-2678. If you like this video, give it a like. Also, follow and/or subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Make sure to check out our shorts and reels as we post daily. And if you have a cold case that you want covered, be sure to let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.